Hi, I'm Old Norse Specialist Dr. Jackson Crawford, and I'm back in mosquito-infested summer Wyoming to continue my series of read-throughs of Havamal in Old Norse, explaining the Old Norse as I go. This video covers stanzas 51 to 77, 52 to 77. Now, I know what some folks might think, why don't you just do this at your office or in front of a green screen or whatever, if even you were to find one of those. But, my answer to that is, if I can't do whatever it may be here, why do it at all? So, let me continue. Please heed the provisos and disclaimers and warnings in video 1 in this series, namely that I'm using reconstructed Old Norse pronunciation, not modern Icelandic pronunciation, as a deliberate choice. That the text that you'll see here is closer to that of the Codex Regius manuscript than the artificially archaized text that you'll often find in public domain sources online, and of course sources copied from public domain sources online, etc. And perhaps, if we're lucky enough, I'll get a four-legged guess. Actually, I see one. There is a buck. I don't think you can see. Right about there. Perhaps you'll come closer. So, continuing our tradition of four-legged guess in these videos. All right, 52. Mikit eit skalla manni gefa, oft kjápir ser í litlu lof, með hálfum hleif og með hálfu kerri, fekk ek meir félaga. One, again, no stated subject here, shall not skalla give to a man gefa manni, great alone or large alone, mikit eit. So don't give just big things. Often one buys, oft kjápir, for oneself, ser, lov, favor, with a little, í litlu. With half a loaf, með hálfum hleif, half a loaf of bread, og með hálfu kerri, a tilted bowl, so presumably a bowl of soup offered. I got me a comrade, ek, fekk meir félaga. Now that word, félagi, comrade or friend, is frequently seen in runestones of the Viking Age used for men who served on the same ship. So it has a special Viking Age connotation. 53 is one of the most difficult stanzas in Havamal. See my commentary in the Wanderer's Havamal for some more thoughts on what this could mean. I'm not going to dwell on it too much in this series, which is really just to help you parse out the Old Norse. Lítil la sanda, lítil la seva, lítil eru geð guma. Því allir menn urðut javenspakir, holb old war. Little sands, little seas. All right, straightforward vocabulary, but why are they genitive plurals? Who knows? That's part of what makes this such a difficult stanza. Little are the minds of man. Lítil eru geð guma. My personal reading of this takes this as a statement about how if a sea is little, body of water is little, the beaches or sands are little too, so that then adding men's minds are little might imply that our little minds have little beaches as in little effect, something like that. But it's a very strange interpretation of a very, probably imperfectly preserved stanza. Because all men did not become, the allir menn urðut, evenly wise, javen spakir. That's clear enough, 4 and 5, but then line 6 is really difficult. Half is kind of people everywhere. So where can mean everywhere in the language of Havamal and other archaic texts. My personal interpretation is this means half every kind, half kind of men is everywhere. So half being the wise, the unwise, because all men aren't equally wise, so the average is moderately wise. But this entire thing is pretty strained. And it's strained in everybody's interpretation, not just mine. 54, 55, and 56, somewhat famous. Every man, huermana, shall be, the verb be not being stated though, middle wise, medelsnoter, a little wise. Never let him be, ava se, too wise, tilsnoter. For those among men, thame firda, is fairest to live, fairest at liva, who know velmart, so ervitu, velmart, and I accept the explanation that this is related to some traditional Swedish expressions like valvarm, just warm enough. So the men who live happiest are the ones who know just enough, right? They're not too wise. Medalsnoter skulle manna huer, ava tilsnoter se, same first half. Let each man be middle wise, a little wise, never too wise. Because a wise man's heart, fiat snoters mans hjarta, is seldom glad, verder sjaldan glad, if that one is all wise, if so er alsnoter, who owns at all. So if the man who owns that heart is truly wise, he is seldom glad. True enough. 56, same first half. Every man ought to be middle wise, a little wise, never too wise, let him be. But then we have second half, urlog sin, viti engi hyre, thame sorgalasaster sevi. Let no man know, viti engi, engi standing for no man. The manuscript actually has mother here, although it looks like the scribe probably intended to cancel it out by blending the rune that represents the word mother into the words around it. But no man, at any rate, can be expressed by engi. So let no man know before, viti engi fyr, his fate, seen urlog, for that one, thame, is sorrowlessest sleep, or sorrowlessest mind, excuse me. Thame sorgalasaster sevi. Brander av brandi, brenn uns brunnen funni kvekisk av funna. Mader av mani, verder at moli kuder, entil dulsker av dul. A torch from a torch burns until it is burnt. Brander av brandi, brenn uns brunnen. A fire is lit from a fire, funni kvekisk av funna. A man from a man, mader av mani, becomes knowledgeable, verder kuder, at conversation and speaking with that other man, at molli, but too stupid until dulsker, from dul, reticence, keeping to oneself. So you will be lit, as it were. You will gain learning by talking to other people, but not keeping to yourself, clearly. 58. Or skal risa, så annars vill, fe eta fjord hava. Sjaldan liggande ulver lärum getter, ne sovande mader sigur. That one saw who wants vill have the money or life, have a fe eta fjord of another, annars, shall rise early, ska risa or. Seldom a lying down, sleeping, liggande wolf, ulver, gets a thigh, lär as in meat, right, something to eat. Ne sovande mader sigur, nor a sleeping man, victory. So get up early if you want to kill someone or rob him. The sleeping wolf never got himself something to eat. 59. Or skal risa så yrkender få, och ganga sins verka och vit. Mart dweller, ta morgen sever, holver ouder und hotum. That one saw who has few workers, få yrkender, shall rise early, ska risa or, and go to visit, och ganga ovit, sins verka, his work, so go about his work. Much delays, mart dweller, that one who sleeps during the morning, than sever morgen, half is wealth, holver ouder, under the keen, the eager, und hotum. So the one who is eager, the one who's keen, who gets up early, the wealth is half won for him, just by the fact that he woke up early. 60. Thura skíða och þakkina nefra, þess kann maður mjótt. Och þess víðar vinnask megi, mól och misery. A man knows the measure maður kann mjótt. Of this, of it, of dry wooden planks, thura skíða, and bark for roofing, nefra þakkina, and of the wood, och þess víðar, which may be worked, megi vinnask. This is a rare use of the sk to be passive in Old Norse poetry, which is part of actually what threw me off the very first time I approached the stanza. The wood that may be worked for the times, mol, and the seasons, misery. So how much wood to chop and put aside for the given season to come. 61. Þvegin och metter riði maður þingi at, þótt hann sett väder till vel. Skua och bråka skamesk engi maður, ne hests en helder, þótt hann havit góðan. So let a man ride, maður riði, at the thing, or to the thing perhaps, to the council, the law meeting, the festival. Þvegin, combed, metter, fed, though he may not be clothed too well, þótt hann sett väder till vel. Let no man be ashamed, engi maður skamesk, of shoes and pants, skua och bråka, nor his horse rather, ne hessen helder, though he has not a good one, þótt hann havit góðan. So let no man be ashamed of his shoes, his clothes. He should put them on, not be ashamed of his horse, even if they aren't the best. 62. Snappir och gnappir till sävar kummer, orn á aldin mar. Svo maður med morgum kummer och á formälender få. So an eagle, orn, snaps, snappir, and stretches out his neck, gnappir, when he comes to the sea, kommer till sävar, on the aged sea, å aldin mar. So when the eagle comes to the sea, he snaps his beak, stretches out his neck. So is a man, so är maður, who comes among many, kummer med morgum, and has few to speak on his behalf, och å få formälender. And you know what? Once again, I am being driven nuts by the mosquitoes, which seemed much tamer during the larger part of the day when I was moving around all the time. And now that I'm standing still, they are attempting to make a feast of me through my 4 or 5 layers of off and cutter. So I'm going to stop with this famous stanza 63 in this video. Fregna och segja skal fróðra hver, så vill heitin horskar. Ein vita ne annar skal, þjóð veit ef þriru. Every wise man, hver fróðra, skal, ask and say, fregna och segja, that one who wants to be called wise, så vill heitin horskar, with the verb vera or verða left out as it so often is. One shall know, ein skal vita, not a second, ne annar. The people knows, þjóð veit, everybody knows, if there are 3, if eru þrír, and ru is a contraction of eru, are. Well, I hope, once again, in spite of all the mosquitoes, that you can enjoy these beautiful Wyoming landscapes with me, as well as get something out of analyzing Hávamál stanza by stanza in these videos. I hope that you'll check out my Wanderer's Hávamál, due out in fall 2019 from Hackett Publishing Company. It will include the Old Norse text as edited directly by me from the Codex Regius manuscript, as I explained in video 1, as well as my English translation and commentary and some related texts, plus the Cowboy Hávamál, of course. All right, well, for now, whoever you are, wherever you are, I'm wishing you all the best from beautiful Wyoming. And death to all mosquitoes.